Hi everyone, this is Radhika from Radical Lifestyle and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be making a North Indian style curry called Rajma. Now before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the bell icon, and also don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family. First, let's take a look at the ingredients and then we'll jump right into the recipe. Alright, so I've got the rajma or the kidney beans that's been soaking overnight. Alright, so this is how it should look. The skin should be peeling off. Alright, after you soak, just drain the water off. And then we're going to put it into the pressure cooker and give it about 5 whistles to cook completely. Okay, I'm adding it to the pressure cooker with some water, fresh water in there. Right, you're gonna add some salt to the kidney beans and about a teaspoon of turmeric powder and a few small pieces of cinnamon and 1 bay leaf. You're gonna close up the cooker, put the weight on, and wait for 5 whistles. So while the kidney beans were in the cooker, I went ahead and cut up about 5 onions and 3 large tomatoes. So they're just chopped up roughly into quarters, and then what we're going to do is we're going to make a puree out of it. So I've got my blender ready and I'm just going to make them both into a puree together. You can do it separately if you like, but making them together just saves time. So my blender only holds this much of the onions, so I'm just doing the onions first, and I'm adding just a bit of water, and then I'm going to blend. The onions are done blending. I've just moved it into another bowl. So this is the consistency you're looking for, not too watery. Alright, so my tomatoes are also pureed and ready to go. Alright, so now I've got my pot going. I'm adding a bit of ghee. Now if you don't have ghee, that's fine. You can just use normal cooking oil. Ghee is hot. We're going to add 2 whole red chilies, 4 cardamoms and 3 cloves, and a little bit of cumin seeds. Just give it a quick stir, and then add your onion puree. We're just going to wait until your onion is fully cooked thoroughly. Alright, and just keep stirring in between. Okay, so I'm going to open up the cooker and let's check out the rajma. Alright, so this is good. This is well, fully cooked. And you can mash just a little bit if you want to get that extra creamy texture to your curry. Just give it a mash like this. Alright, so my onion is still cooking, and I just want to warn you guys, be careful of some splatter. As you can see around my pan, it's splattered quite a bit, so just be careful of that. So this onion just needs to cook a little bit more. And just keep stirring once in a while so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Alright, so the onion is right where I want to be, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste and just cook that as well. Just give it a nice little stir. Next, you're gonna add your powders, your masala powders. First, I have red chili powder. I'm giving it about 2 teaspoons. Next, I have 1 or half a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala. And then just give it a mix again to cook all the masala powders. Next, you're gonna add your tomato puree. And just let that stir in well. Mix it well with the onions and the other masalas you've added. Okay, then just let it cook until the tomatoes are, that raw taste is gone from the tomato. At the end, you're looking for a creamy consistency, a little bit like this, but this is going to get even more thicker as it sits on the stove. So later on, we're going to add a little bit of water just to even it out. I forgot to tell you to add the salt, so just add a little bit of salt after you add the tomato puree. Give it a mix. And then just let the tomato puree sit for about 2 to 3 minutes until it starts bubbling. Okay, so the tomatoes are still cooking, and this also, watch out for the splatter. You can see it's splattering. Okay, so far my consistency is good. So I haven't added any water yet. Alright, so the tomatoes are done cooking. Now I've got my kidney beans here. And I'm just going to add it straight in with the water and the beans together. And just let everything sit together and just combine well. Okay, just give it a stir like this. Alright, so everything mixes well. If you feel this consistency is too thick, just add a little bit more water. Okay, so everything is cooked. I've let the beans boil for about 5 minutes, and I'm just going to add a little bit of dried fenugreek leaves, or kasuri methi, and just stir it in. Okay, so I've turned off the stove, and finally I'm just going to top it with some roughly chopped coriander leaves or cilantro. Okay, just stir it a bit, and you're done.